Oh yeah, and by the way, we're seeing Godzilla today. Got this for free with my girlfriend's movie points. Nobody tell her, okay? Man, can I say that I really miss the old days of like physical movie tickets. These days you can't even get a physical ticket because if you show up to get your ticket, and even if you're an hour early, you're not even gonna get one. They're gonna be sold out because everybody else already bought one on their phone. So you just have to buy one on your phone like an idiot like everybody else. And I'm rambling a lot. What time is it? Holy crap, I better get to this movie. Bye doggos. Bye Lucia. Bye son. Looks like thanks to the power of skateboards, I'm gonna get to this movie right on time. And should I have shaved for this video? Yeah, probably. But I actually learned that if you don't shave, it's called cinema verite, and then it's art. Learned that from Kenny vs. Spenny. All right, let's go see this movie. All right, so no time like the present. I just saw Godzilla King of the Monsters, and let's get into this review. And before I get into the proper review here, just because there are going to definitely be some spoilers, I just want to say that if you guys really like monster movies and large-scale destruction in your movies, go and see this one right away. You don't have to watch any more of this review. But for those of you who still aren't sure, let's get into the review proper. So the first thing that I want to talk about here is obviously the plot. And the plot overall is not the strongest thing in this movie. It's more or less what you would expect from a movie like this. There's a few twists and turns and some stuff that does subvert your expectations. I did find that the human stuff and the monster stuff was balanced really well. There wasn't too much of one over the other. And I also found that considering that this is part of a franchise and they are setting up future films, that like setup of movies in the future wasn't too heavy-handed. And obviously, since this is a monster movie, I think that the second most important thing to talk about, after of course the plot, is the monsters. And all of the monster stuff in this movie is freaking incredible, guys. The monster fights are spectacular. There's a lot of different monsters, a lot of variation in their skills and the way that they move around and the way that they fight. And yeah, if you like monster stuff in movies and you like destruction, as I said, this is going to be one of your favorite films of the year, guaranteed. Because in this movie, not only do you have Godzilla, the monster that you know and love, you also have King Ghidorah, some like three-headed flying dragon monster. You've got Rodan, who's like this crazy pterodactyl that lives inside a volcano, so he has like magma powers or something like that. And you also have Mothra. And Mothra in this movie is just friggin' angelic, let me tell you. All right, so now that we've established that all of the monster stuff in this movie is really good, let's get into the human characters, because this is a complaint that I heard that I was definitely aware of going into this movie, where people were saying that, yeah, the monster stuff in this movie is great, but the human characters aren't very good, aren't very well developed, and aren't very interesting. And I gotta say that I actually don't think that's true. I think that the human characters in this movie are really good. I think that the human drama is really well done, and I wasn't uninterested in these characters at all. I would say that like there may have been a few moments where the quirky characters kind of got on my nerves, and a few moments when the really sincere characters were a little overly sincere. But other than that, I thought the characters were good in this movie, and I thought that everybody was fairly well used, to be honest with you. And since we're talking about the characters here, I think that it lends itself really well to leading into the acting. So I thought that the acting overall in this movie was fairly well done. Again, serviceable, not amazing, but I didn't have a lot of problems with the acting. If I was going to say some highlights, I'd say that Millie Bobby Brown is pretty excellent in this. We know that she's a good actress. She carries a lot of the Stranger Things franchise on her back, so yeah, she's pretty good at acting. Kyle Chandler I haven't seen in anything, to be honest. I have no idea who this guy is, but I think that he did a pretty good job here. He's kind of playing the character that Bryan Cranston played in the first one, like the protagonist role, except he's really not like a super genius who knows everything and is super smart. That's really like his wife in this movie. He's just kind of the guy who is desperate enough and has enough balls to really do some of the things that drives the plot forward here. And really he's doing it to save his daughter and maybe save his relationship with his ex-wife, I guess. So yeah, I did enjoy him in this movie quite a bit. And opposite of Chandler, we have Vera Farmiga, who I haven't seen in any movies either, but I thought that she was pretty good here. She has a pretty interesting character arc and you know, a really interesting internal struggle as well. So yeah, I liked her character. Obviously, Ken Watanabe is good in this too. If you don't know who he is, he's the guy that says, "Let them fight." But yeah, he's pretty excellent in this, and I enjoyed his acting. I can't really say too much about his arc without spoiling, but he's good in this as well. Another thing that I liked quite a bit in this movie, and I was actually pretty surprised by this, is the music. The music that they picked in certain parts of this movie got me really hyped, really interested, and really ready to see some friggin' monster brawls. It's like this tribal, like, hoo-ha, 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 just gets you amped up. The reviews haven't really been that great, but if you ask this guy, the movie's pretty friggin' good. I really liked this movie. I had a great time sitting down in the theater and watching some monsters fight, watching some real human drama, some real stakes, and just watching some destruction up on screen. And yeah, I don't really know what else to say. I mean, if I was going to have some criticisms for this movie, like I said, there's a few points where you know, there's some jokes that don't land, there's some character quirks that get on your nerves after a little while. But if we're talking more criticisms, I mean, yeah, there was this one part where Millie Bobby Brown is trying to get away from King Ghidorah, and he's trying to kill her, and he can't because she has the most ridiculous plot armor on. But yeah, other than a few things like that, that didn't really bother me that much, that didn't hurt my enjoyment of this film. I had a really good time watching this movie. So again, if you guys like monster movies, if you guys like large-scale destruction and some real human drama and real stakes, then I think that you guys are going to really love Godzilla King of the Monsters, and I would recommend checking it out. But other than that, that's gonna be about it for this video. I'm gonna go home and eat some more barbecue and walk my dogs. As always, thank you guys for watching. I love you guys, and I will see you guys next time.